Do you notice that the #1 viewed videos on YouTube, or in the booktube community, like the videos with the most views are usually book hauls? Hello, my name's Sabine, welcome to 50% of Booking. Today I'm going to be shooting perhaps my last book haul, because I honestly don't enjoy shooting book hauls. I used to shoot them because that's what people did. It was a thing on BookTube. Every month you'd have your book haul and you'd have your wrap up. But book hauls, they're not that fun for me. Mainly because I don't like talking about books that I haven't read yet. That's why I don't have a TBR. That, and because I don't like having pressure when I read. TBRs, no. And I'm basically making this book haul to tell you that this will be my last book haul. So, let's do this. The first book that I got is this book, and it's old as heck. It's like from prehistoric times. Cavemen books. No, my grandmother gave me this book because she knows I love poetry. And it's a poetry book. It was published in like the 1950s, ages ago. But it's got a bunch of really good poets. One of my favorites, Lord Byron, is in here. So this is what it looks like. It's so old! It's literally falling apart in my hands. It's actually opening it the other day. Gizmo. The next book that I got this month is, as I will be mentioning in the book reviews video of this month, I read Pride and Prejudice, which I really liked because I normally don't like romance, but the way Jane Austen does it, it's well done. So I got the leather-bound copy of Jane Austen's 7 novels. That's right, she wrote 7 novels, I think. And look. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. It's a gorgeous cover. It has Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park, Emma, Northanger Abbey, Persuasion, and Lady Susan, which is a novel literally nobody has heard of. Next, we have the book that I will be reading after I finish The Island of Dr. Moreau, because that book is boring, man. It is literally 130 pages, and it has taken me a week to read it. A week. So the book I'm going to read after that one is this one, Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov, which was featured in my 50 books to read before you die because it is one of the books on that list. One of the ones I added, Gizmo. Sorry. Yeah, so cool beans. It's about a pedophile. That's all I have to say. Next book I have to show you is a book I have already read, actually, and it's Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. I will be telling you about this in the review video of the month, but it's basically about friendship. That's all I'll say. It's about friendship. The next book I got this month is... Okay, this month I read probably the greatest piece of literature ever written, which is Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse-Five. After I read that, I read The Island of Dr. Moreau, which was a bad idea because I'm sort of having Slaughterhouse-Five separation anxiety because that was such a good book. And I will be making a review about it once I get my copy back because I lent it to a friend. But because I read that, and also World Cup happened, right? During the World Cup, I was rooting for Germany because Germany's my #1 team. And an uncle of mine was rooting for Argentina. We had a bet that if Germany won, he'd buy me a book. And if Argentina won, I'd buy him a book. Guess what, mother fluffers? Germany won. Here it is, Kurt Vonnegut's Cat's Cradle. This is about... It's about modern man and his madness, apparently. So, yeah, check it out. Check it out. The next book I got this month is my first Hemingway book, and I got it because it's Hemingway. You have to read at least one Hemingway book in your life, right? So I got The Sun Also Rises by Ernest Hemingway. And the reason I got this one instead of The Old Man and the Sea, which is probably his more favored work, is because I found this sort of diagram on Reddit where they had a bunch of authors. I'll leave the link in the thing. They had a bunch of authors, and they'd say which book you should start with when you read a certain author. You have to start with this one, and if you like it, read this one, something like that. And for Hemingway, this was the first, and I think The Old Man and the Sea was actually one of the last. The last 3 books that I got yesterday, and 2 of them are very yellow. It's abundance of yellow in this book haul. So the first one is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, and I got this because nobody will shut up about it. People, and every time someone talks about what it's about, they always say, we can't tell you what it's about. All that you're allowed to know is that there was this girl and she got into an accident. Yeah, this is a really good book. But I don't want to get my hopes up because I feel like it'll be disappointing. And at least if I think it's disappointing and it isn't disappointing, that's like a bonus. But if I do think it's disappointing and it ends up being disappointing, it wouldn't have disappointed me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The 2 yellow books. First, we have another Vonnegut book, which is Welcome to the Monkey House, the special edition with bonus content. Additions, short story form. This is short stories. Are you serious? Oh my. Short stories. And finally, we have Lord of the Flies by William Golding, and it's in the same edition as my Pride and Prejudice book, you know, the drop caps where it's got like colored pages and whatnot. I know something really bad happens to Piggy, that's all I know. Bunch of school kids gets around on an island and they have to deal with that. It smells really good. Yellow. That was my book haul for this month, and I know it's going up early. Meh. Bye! 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 4,